Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And a tourist, who's referred to as Monkey.
And one of us just got back to Disney World. Guess which one? It was
Carl
Monkey.
Weezer.
All right, Monkey. So, yeah, you just got back from what, like a week at Disney World?
Practically a week.
Practically a week. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because I went in late February, early March. I'm also going again in December, from December 1st to December 8th, and I am so stoked.
Congrats on that.
I am so fucking excited. But anyways, Monkey, let's just jump into it because I'm sure you have a lot to say, a lot to report on. This is your first time seeing Flight of Passage. It's your first time.
First time for a bunch of things.
Yeah, first time for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, first time for Frozen Ever After. Even like going back to some like older stuff, like the first time seeing Disney World's fantastic. I mean, this is gonna be a fun one. All right, so you want to give us a lay of the land on the airport situation really quick, I guess? Because airports are always fun.
Yeah, I mean, ticketing and getting baggage checked in was weird because of some miscommunications we'd had before, I guess, but whatever. And I guess the only other major thing comment on that I found funny was there was near the gate for our plane, there was a big ad for Universal Studios Hollywood.
Irony.
Nice.
Okay, so we got on a plane to go to a place. So we arrived at that place and we got on, the classic Orlando International Airport people mover.
Oh yes.
Very nice.
And now I'm using a Magic Band for Disney's Magical Express, which is a nice system. It is. Isn't that a nice sight? That's one of the perks of arriving, kind of early morning-ish. We got in like 6 a.m.-ish, so pretty much no one else there. Yay.
Ooh, you see, actually, no, I'm going to be arriving late night, so what's that going to do for me, Monkey? Do you know?
No idea.
Okay.
Well, are you doing Magical Express this time?
Yes, I am doing Magical Express this time.
Okay.
So that should be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, Magical Express it's a nice system.
Yeah.
I don't know what the lines will be like at night, so.
Because I'm leaving at 1 p.m. Pacific time, which would be 4 p.m. Eastern time. But it's like a 6-hour flight, so I'm going to be getting in there like roughly at 10. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So what movie's
so
playing?
That's on. I think this is the instructional video for Magical Express.
Oh.
Or like whatever stuff was playing on there before the bus left the station.
Right.
And then what was playing on your way there?
It's like a little video like, welcome, here's like some of the stuff like for riding the bus and for like stuff in the parks and how to use my Magic Plus. I do kind of miss what they used to have like in 06 or so where the video they had used the characters. That was fun. Like, I remember there was this funny bit.
Character.
I remember there was this.
Mr. Donald needs to bring that back old school style, Monkey. He needs to hack my Disney Magical Express servers.
Yeah, I can see that. Hi, Daddy Hose. I'm your favorite character, Mr. Donald, taking you to Walt Disney World because I packed your Magical Express.
Oh God. Oh dear. I'm thrilled right now.
But yeah, the nice thing about not having many other people on is you get to go there pretty quickly.
Oh yes, I'm sure.
Being back at, just like especially like the resort in general. Like
we've actually had conversations about this, like what your experience is going to be like being back at the boardwalk.
Now, Tiki, why can't you be this photogenic? Look at him here; he's all happy and well posed, like a perfect kind of.
I'm sorry that I'm a fat, ugly man, Dragon.
No. I mean, look at this. This is like an excellent pose. I mean, the camera work and everything looks fantastic.
Okay, Dragon, I'll tell you why. It's because I usually travel solo.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything about the appearance. I'm just saying like this is perfectly framed right here. It's a beautiful shot right here. That's all I'm kind of wowed by right now in this shot.
Okay. But yeah, Boardwalk. It's it's like awesome / surreal / happy to be back because it's like a bit of context. I hadn't been at Disney World for like 9 years.
Oh damn! I didn't know it'd been that long.
No, like I mean, this is my 4th visit overall, so I'm not like a new. So it's still stuff I know, but it's been a long time.
Gotcha, gotcha.
So in some ways, this was a little like a first, like it's a refresher.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, Tiki, you know me. I love this hotel.
Yep.
Like, I mean, nostalgic sense as well, but it is also very nice looking. It's very nice there. I love the lobby. Even definitely try to check it out if you can the next time you're there.
And knowing you're probably someone that doesn't even take advantage of a lot of the extra amenities that are there.
Probably not. No.
I don't say that as an insult. I say that as like, it just goes to show how good the actual resort is.
Mr. Potato, he loves the amenities from Toy Story Terror. He loves. I gotta check the amenities.
Oh God. The thing that's here at the boardwalk that I really want to go to that Dragon might be interested in. Monkey, do you want to tell him a little bit about Jelly Rolls?
It's a dueling piano bar.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dueling pianos, like Roger
enter. It's like $15 to get in. That's all I know about it. Really. Yeah, I mean,
Jelly Rolls is definitely going to be my destination if I go to the boardwalk on my trip.
Yeah, and again, like I'd say check out the lobby if you can. Like I can see you walking in there, seeing the chandelier, and being like, "Oh, what?"
Did you just do an impression of me? If so, it was really impressive.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. And
you do that sometimes, Monkey, like the whole like Howard the Duck is in this.
Yeah. Yeah, so lucky us, our room was actually ready right away.
Nice.
Yeah, crazy part is we've managed to actually get the same room every time.
Really?
And I guess for me it's kind of more of a sense of tradition thing. It's like, I mean, aside from being club level, in some ways it's not the best room. Like the view is, it's a nice view, nice enough view. You can kind of see Spaceship Earth. You can see the Eiffel Tower. It's like, it's not say a view out on Crescent Lake, and it's like a long walk from the elevators to the room. But nevertheless,
hey, here's the guy who likes all the exercise. Give him the same room.
Let's see, where do I go next? This was a new thing for me, these little monitors.
Oh yeah. Classic.
So yeah, good for them.
It's a Dragon. It's a monitor for the bus times.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, like when they arrive. Yeah, which it's nice to know. Like, not when is that magic? No, it's not. Is that the place I want? No, it isn't.
Exactly.
Even though the times sometimes change, you get
Monkey, you have no idea how much I experienced that in San Francisco when I was like riding back and forth to the museum. It was such a pain because San Francisco has like a million buses.
Yeah.
Anyways, so back to wonderful sun-kissed Orlando.
But yeah, so I mean, look at this. I was back.
Yeah, no, that's a really impressive archway right there.
Yeah.
Is that the entrance to the lobby, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's that's where Magical Express drops you off.
Okay.
So nice. Yeah, that's like the entrance of the hotel.
Okay.
So for the first spot, it wasn't my main park of the day, but still first park of the trip. Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yes. Favorite.
Like, I'm sorry, Dragon, it's not my favorite, but it did have like the two things that were probably highest on my priorities list going into this trip. We'll of course see what they are. It was pretty fun, like having the jazzy covers of Disney songs in the entrance.
You know what? I think Hollywood Studios is an underrated park in terms of like world building on a park-wide level.
Yeah, like it does look great. Like the parks do look really good.
I'm just saying, like on a thematic level, it is incredibly consistent.
Yeah. You know what's also crazy is how it's kind of like Buena Vista Street, but not.
That's what I'm saying. It's like almost like Buena Vista Street, the park, but it's yeah.
Like they even have it's in a different section. They even have the Carthay Circle Theater. But it's smaller and a shop.
Granted, we'll see how Star Wars Land and Toy Story Land affect that cohesive element to the park.
True. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. This was something that started up right when, like, you know, around like was this before getting through security or right after it? I don't remember, but it's outside the entrance.
Before security,
maybe.
Judging by that sign in the background.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so on to the first stop. So, like There's
a Carthay Circle Theater Dragon, the smaller version.
Okay.
So, yeah, you know, it's like, and it was cool because, you know, I guess they might open stuff up, like, in the minutes before the park's open. So, like, this was a walk-on, for instance.
Nice.
And, yeah, going on to this for the first time, it's like, dang.
First time, really?
Yeah, like believe it or not, I had never been on the Florida version before. Yeah, like I actually didn't start going on to the California version consistently until like right after my last trip.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, like I knew the general differences, but I'd never actually been on it. So, are we ready for a game show?
Oh God, yes.
Oh boy.
Is it better? Just because it's, do you mind if I add a few little, like, alterations to the game?
No, go ahead.
It's just
okay, so I'm dividing it into two things. Queue and the actual attraction. So like,
that's good. That's good. That's clever. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm also giving you a third option, other.
Other. Okay. Interesting.
Like,
Interesting.
Yes, no other, so.
Where do you get another from?
I can kind of see it.
Yeah, it's like some things are better, some things aren't. Some I can't really say. Whatever.
No, I get where you're going, Mucky.
Where's Steve Harvey when you need him?
I don't know.
Okay, at least this isn't like the botch job that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire has become. Like that game has no identity to its original self anymore. Have you watched that game recently?
No.
Ridiculous. Anyways, I'm sorry. Brief tangent. Go ahead, Mucky.
Okay, so Terror, what do you think? The queue and the ride?
Both better.
Let's see. I'm gonna say.
Ignopper.
Sorry, what?
Go ahead.
All right. Let me think. Okay, the queue is. Okay, the queue is not better, but the ride is.
Tiki has half a point.
Just half a point? Really?
Well, counting queue and ride as a whole, you got queue right. Queue is better, the ride is other.
Really? Okay. That's not the answer I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, like except for the front door of the hotel and the lighting in the pre-show, I would say the queue is better. Like, easily.
Oh, yeah. Like the gardens, especially.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, the ride, I mean, it's definitely a more... I'm not going to compare it to Breakout. I'm just... to what DCA had for Tower of Terror. I mean, it's a cool ride. The ride system is definitely much more clever in Florida. But I'd say the two things that actually worked a little in DCA's favor were, like, what was one of them? Like, one of them, I think DCA had a better drop sequence, honestly. Like, the drops were more thrilling.
I could see that. I honestly can see that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like, except for the last time I rode this one, every drop sequence began by going up. And, like, I'm used to it starting like this. that door's opening for you. Drop! Which is not what Florida does normally, interestingly. And also, I actually... Maybe it's just because I knew it first, but I think DCAs may have been a bit more effectively creepy.
Huh.
I mean, like...
I'm kind of curious. Like, the fifth dimension room is, it's really elaborate, but it's not quite as, like, I really do like the effect of that fade in with the California.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, Florida's ride is, as good as it is, feels a little cheesier than DCA's was.
Right.
Yeah, like something in the atmosphere and some of the dialogue and displays of DCA, I feel like worked a bit more towards being creepy in the actual ride, at least. But yeah, so got that out of the way. And then I got to the other thing that was super high priority for me this trip. Tiki, I get what you say about how if this were to come back to California now, it would be awkward. I get it. Like, and again, just to make this clear, my issue isn't that it's gone; it's how they took it out.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah,
totally.
Of course. Yeah. And it was good to see this again. Like,
how many times on the trip? Do you have a number, Monkey, for how many times you saw this?
I'm sure I do. Like, probably gets to like 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So, do it when I can. It's a classic show. I mean, like, maybe DCA had the better quality of film by the end of its run, and DCA definitely had better animatronics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, on the other hand, Hollywood Studios the fireworks effect still works.
I think it sounds like Hollywood Studio in Florida has kind of atmosphere about it. Am I right with that? Does it definitely kind of have like this, kind of the Hollywood?
You could say that. Yeah.
It has that spark. And I was rewatching the POV for the show for this, and it running this really great gag with Sam Eagle, where he says, "I'm ready for the big firework finale. It's going to be 3 hours. You have a minute and a half.
Got a minute and a half."
Yeah,
that's a classic bit wherever.
Really, go on.
Yeah, so we got through Muppets, and then to the main part of the day, Magic Kingdom.
Da 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 da! Epic.
Yeah, it was weird. Like
everything is way, 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 way bigger.
Wait. So no Star Tours?
Not this day. No, I only stopped by DHS, that Hollywood Studios, that day just to get on Tower and Muppets right away.
I'm sorry, just
those were so high priority for me.
Just for context, how many days were you there? I mean, visiting the Disney parks.
Like 6 nights, 7 days.
Okay, got you. All right.
Yeah, don't worry, Dragon. There'll certainly be more studios later on.
Oh, yes, there will be.
All right.
So yeah, we get to Magic Kingdom, and it was crazy seeing that castle for the first time. I mean, not the first time, but seeing it like I certainly got more used to it as the trip went on. Like at the first, it's kind of like, well, feels a little much.
It's pretty gargantuan, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of reminded of Excalibur at Vegas.
Right.
Again, I got used to it by the last day.
I like how the more you're in the park, the more homely it feels.
Mm-hmm. So we had some time for the first Fast Pass, and the first thing we decided to hit up was Mickey's PhilharMagic.
Ah.
Yeah.
This is a good choice for a first attraction at Magic Kingdom.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, I've seen this show before. Like, I definitely saw it a bunch the last trip. Surprisingly, I was kind of let down by it this time.
Really?
Say what?
Yeah, I mean, not so. I mean, I did do it a couple more times after this, so not too much, but like the main thing that got to me was the 3D itself. Like, I don't remember it being so like flat and ghosty. Like it was like is especially hard to focus in the scenes where the proscenium marches down. Yeah, like, and maybe the image could have been more clear. And, you got some good effects in there, like the Be Our Guest spotlights and whatnot, but, I mean, maybe I'm super particular with 3D, but, like, I don't remember it being this. Like, I don't remember it being this.
What about the smells? How are the smells?
There were smells. I wasn't entirely sure what they were, but, it's PhilharMagic. It's, it's got, like, the air blasts definitely have a distinct smell.
That's what I'm talking about. Like the air, during Be Our Guest, they have like all the food smells, kind of popping out at you.
They're there. Of course, the Donald at the end is the best part of it. Like, that's easily the highlight. Like, that is great.
Let me ask you something, just in general, like
Yes.
for like whatever your best experience was on either show. At the end of the day, what do you think's better, Muppet Vision or PhilharMagic?
Muppet Vision.
Oh yeah, Muppet Vision easily.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I mean, PhilharMagic is a fine movie, but that 3D quality really got in the way. Like, it definitely took me out of it the first time. This trip.
All right.
So then I made my way over to one of my personal Disney World favorites, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Nice.
Yeah. This was. So this was my first time seeing the new Q. This is a cute quote. And the Q's got some cute elements like, Eeyore's house and the Trespassers Williams sign, but, by the end of the trip...
Is he in it yet?
Well, what?
What about Ewan McGregor? Is he in it yet?
Oh, God. No.
Hey, that movie looks amazing.
It does. I'm just saying, like,
I've avoided the trailers, so I can't really say, I guess.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah, because otherwise I don't like what I've heard about it. Like, just looking on the wiki page.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, so, hold on 1 second. Okay, so, by the end of this trip, I had developed a nickname for this Q. Winnie the Q and the Blistering Migraine.
Oh God.
I like the first part, and I'm not quite, so I'm getting a sense you didn't have the best of times on this ride.
Those drums especially.
Oh yeah. Okay, you see, I only did it during the after hours event, so it was literally a walk on for me.
Lucky you. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So, is it better?
No.
For both Q and ride?
Yes.
Dragon?
I gotta be honest, I have no frame of reference on this. I really am eager to hear you kind of describe the ride to me, but I'm just gonna take.
Oh, you haven't done the ride?
I mean, it's been a long time. It's either been the longest time of any of the Disney rides because I barely ever remember this one. I may not have gone on this one. I can't recall. It's been years.
Okay.
But if I were to guess, I don't know. I guess Q maybe not so good. I'm getting a sense of Q was not better. Ride maybe better. Let's say ride's better. Q.
Dragon has it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about this ride, man. I'm dying to know.
I mean, the structure is, I'd say, better than California's. It uses the motion better.
That's true.
It's not as deserving of the title of Winnie the Pooh's Pointless Circle of Nothing. Yeah, and of course, it's got a couple projection effects, but it's a pretty much physical ride. That's always a standout.
I remember Tigger in this being a lot better.
Oh yeah. Like, especially with the bouncing, like.
Oh yeah.
Like, you have a whole sequence of going through a forest and Tigger keeps popping up and you're bouncing through it. It's not just like Tigger pops up a couple times as you go to Pooh's house from the rainy day. So, yeah, this is I got a fondness for this one. It's a cute one. It's a solid one.
Okay.
So next up, Country Bear Jamboree.
Oh, God. As much as I hate the fact that this show is kind of edited and it's not its original form, it's It's just so classic Disney. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, this was my first time seeing the new version, and it's still cool to see it. Again, especially like I said, physical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not super nuts about the revisions or how the characters look now. Like they look more fake, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? But like I think my main thing with the revision is that like it kind of takes away the personality. It kind of blandifies the characters. Like it doesn't mean as much at the end when Henry says, "As you can see, we're all just one big happy family."
Yeah, I can see that.
At the end of the day,
yeah.
At the end of the day, with Country Bears, it's kind of like a "you can't go home again" syndrome. That's what it felt like. It's like you have like one great experience with it, and every time you come back, it's going to be a little subpar every time. So it's kind of what it.
Well, I don't know if I could quite say that because in this case they changed the freaking show.
Right.
So of course it's going to be a bit more subpar. But I'd say the thing that bothered me maybe the most was that they gave the heads on the side like little reactions throughout the whole thing, which isn't a bad idea in theory, but it means that they're like whenever they blink or whatever, it's a loud clicking throughout the entire thing.
I see.
Don't remember that from before.
Oh boy, that's embarrassing.
Kind of has the Tiki Room effect.
Yeah. Maybe more obnoxious for me.
Does anyone have an oil can?
No,
honestly,
Tin Man...
as much as I love the Tiki Room, it's hard to get more obnoxious than that.
And we just see the Tin Man off to the side getting hammered, drinking the oil. Says, "What? Oh, sorry."
Well, yeah, of course that's what he's doing now that Great Movie Ride's gone.
Oh, he never got that hard. It was like a placebo that he got from the Wizards. Like, this is the only solution to my problems.
God.
I'm kidding, but anyway.
I wish I didn't have a heart, so the alcohol wouldn't poison me.
I keep drinking it, but it's not working. It's just it's lubricating. It's making me very agile, but it's not solving my problems.
God.
Anyway.
So anyway, after that, the first fast pass of the trip. Splash Mountain. Let's see. Is it better?
I would say Q and Ride both, yes.
Huh. Okay, I'm gonna say Q. Again, I'm gonna say Q's better. I'm gonna say Ride's other. I'm gonna say the Ride's other, Q's better.
Let's see. Q is either better or other. I'm not entirely sure, so that would probably make it other. But let's assume better. Right. Ride, I gotta admit, better.
Yeah, it is better.
There are still things I quite like about our version, and like maybe even prefer. But overall, like this Florida's was a bit of a better experience.
It's just more epic.
Just for the record of any sportsman in the watching the video right now, Tiki has a much greater advantage than I do because he literally went to Florida. And we literally played this game with his expectations before, so this is the second time I had a complete disadvantage with this game. I just want to make it clear for the folks at home. Go on, Monkey.
Okay, but to be fair, Dragon, you were a player in that game the last time.
I'm still a player.
So yeah, Splash Mountain was my favorite attraction of the trip.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, I mean, probably a mix of, being an animatronic heavy one with, music I really enjoy, music I really like. I do agree with what you said, Tiki, that the drop is scarier in California.
In Disneyland? Yeah, that's like one of the few advantages Disneyland has.
Yeah. I mean, on the other hand, it is, nice to not have that worry on Florida's, but...
Also, Florida's tends to get you less wet, which is probably an advantage.
Well, except for that giant splash at the beginning.
Right.
Hence the mountain of splash,
Because it's not like mermaids had anything to do with that name.
Of course not.
Oh God.
And Daryl Hannah, she's wonderful in Blade Runner. I don't know about where all this mermaid talk's coming from.
Yeah, it's Mermaid.
Yeah.
Mermaid. Stupid pun. So then right after that, we used our second fast pass for Thunder Mountain. Is it better?
I hate to keep going this route, but in this case as well, I'm gonna have to say Q and Ride both. No, wait, no. Hold on. Q better, Ride other.
I'm gonna say it all stunk. I'm gonna say neither were superior.
I'm gonna say both were better.
Crap.
Both were better. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, again, there are a couple of things that
Obviously, Disneyland has the dynamite sequence, which is the one big advantage over Disney World.
That and the Rainbow Caverns.
Otherwise,
and yeah, it is nice that we have the goat and such, but
oh yeah, I forgot Disney World doesn't have the goat.
Not really. No, but I guess the visuals surrounding the area are notably better.
Oh, way better.
Yeah, like it's
more somebody got Disney's goat. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, like it's more. It feels better thematically because, say, you don't have Star Wars construction or whatever. Whatever backstage areas of the park, it feels more thematically immersive or complete.
You can literally see the rooftops of the Fantasyland dark rides from the lift hills.
Anyway, Haunted Mansion.
Ooh.
Is it better?
Q, I would say better. Ride, I would say other.
I'm gonna say Q was not better. Ride was other.
I'd say Q is other.
Okay.
And Ride could be better, could be other.
Okay.
Yeah, because the main thing I noticed with this version is that, so of course we know the famous story about the feud Mark Davis and Claude Coates had making this ride. Should it be funny or should it be scary? I feel like Disneyland's is more of what Mark Davis wanted, and Disney World's is more of the Claude Coates approach.
Ooh, I like that. I like that comparison, actually. That's good. Yeah.
So, Disney World's feels like a more of a scary tone. Especially with, the design of the mansion, or having the creepy portrait in the foyer, or the, what is it? Those scenes at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Although that does make the play area and the CGI ghosts a bit contrasting. The pre-shows, I'd say that the stuff inside the foyer, stretching room, and walk to the carriage are better in California.
Okay. Well, the one advantage California has is in the pre-show is the fact that you actually enter through the front door of the mansion.
Right. I mean, also that it's nice having a little creepy transforming portrait effect, and it is a creepy transformation. But A, you're not likely to really see it because of the way they have it set up, like the way they time it. And B, I like how here it's just a room, so it's nothing's really happening yet. It's like a transition. And also,
you know what really freaked me out on this version?
Well, what?
You know what really freaked me out on this version?
What?
The fact that the stretching room doors open and then it's boom, doom buggies.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, and it is nice having an actual room for them instead of the black wall with fog projected onto it. But yeah, so I guess whether the ride is better, I kind of lean towards better because of those first few scenes, even though after that it just becomes the same ride. So I guess it, and of course I'm so used to the California one, so it might
And of
depend
course,
on
Hatbox.
which. Well, yeah, like I don't know if Hatbox would fit in all that well with the Florida version.
I mean, you just said the Hatbox. You just said the Florida one is scarier, so I think.
Yeah, but I
Hatbox
feel Hatbox is more in line with the Mark Davis edge.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I guess it depends on which you prefer in your Haunted Mansion for which is better.
Oh.
So then went to Tomorrowland, which yes is better there.
Oh my God, so much better, so much better.
In retrospect, even the layout is better, like how it's mainly around that one hub.
Right, right.
Yeah. Let's see. Did the People Mover, which is a brilliant attraction. Can we please have it back here? Like, I mean, it's a ride that, you you don't really have to wait for it. It's scenic, it's relaxing. It's technically a ride, even though not much happens in it. So it's a brilliant one. Can we please have it back? And then third fast pass at Space Mountain. Look at this space age ball pit. It's so futuristic.
That is one mighty fine looking ball pit.
Oh my God.
Those are space balls, all right.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Is it better?
Okay, Q is 1,000% better. I'm gonna say Ride is not better.
Dragon?
I'm gonna say double dose of other.
Tiki has it.
Woo!
Yeah, the Q is.
I
mean,
almost said other on the Ride, but it's like, no, the Disneyland is just superior.
Yeah, like, especially with the Giacchino score. That especially makes it.
The Giacchino score, and I feel like there's more star effects in the Disneyland one.
I mean, the tunnels on Florida's are cool, but I think that Giacchino score is what really makes it. The Q, it's long, but it's better by default because, you don't have that, like, tarmac you wait on outside.
In the brutal Southern California heat.
I'm so looking forward to Giacchino score in Incredibles 2. I can't wait.
And Incredicoaster.
Yes, the Incredicoaster. So what's the deal? Is that being constructed or is that up yet or what?
That should be open in like 2.5 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I mean, it's cool that this has a post show, but it's neat and it's old school, but I don't really get why it's there.
I don't give a shit why it's there, monkey. It's vintage Disney.
Fair enough. Let's see. I think at this point is where my parents went back to the room for a while, so I hit up some stuff solo. The first of those was Monsters Inc. Laugh Lore.
Yeah!
Yeah, it's a nice.
I'm definitely going to make this a priority next trip for sure.
Yeah, I'd say it's worth.
Monkey.
Yeah, I'd say it's worth checking out. Like, it's a nice one. It can be kind of communal. Roz is, of course, highlight of it. I mean, why wouldn't she be? Was it they added a Monsters U bit to the pre-show, which
really?
Yeah, so I mean the CDA bit that used to be in that spot is still there. It just plays before the main pre-show. Aside from a couple funny gags, the Monsters U one isn't that strong, I don't think.
All right.
I mean, at least the CDA one is still there in some form. But yeah, so let's see. So I did that. I got myself a fast pass for Winnie the Pooh and used that.
Nice. Double dose.
And then I went to Under the Sea Voyage of the Little Mermaid.
I had a feeling you were going to go on this one.
Uh-huh. But is it better? How do you feel about that?
Okay, Bucky, I'm going to say that the queue is definitely better. The ride itself, from what I hear, is literally exactly the same.
Just First and foremost, I want to say when you did that voice just now, Monkey, I was thinking of a gag from Freakazoid. I was thinking about the guy at the Comic Con. He says, "You're very popular in a number of prisons." That guy. But
I gotta look that bit up later.
all right, let's see. I'm gonna say this was, fingers crossed, better.
Both elements?
All right. Okay, I'm gonna say the. Oh, I'm gonna say the queue was other. I'm gonna say the ride was better.
Well, so for the record, my answer for the ride is other.
Yeah. Let's see. Q better. I mean, I liked the Q and facade for our version just fine. I mean, I do quite like it, but you know, this is a more elaborate Q. You got to give it that by default.
Is it worth doing Monkey just for the queue?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I think Fast Pass skips this. So, like that, the queue is really the only reason I did this. The ride, I'm gonna say not better.
Okay.
And a lot of that is because it is pretty much the exact same. Like, there's a couple little changes in there, like Flounder's mouth opens and closes. Okay, cool, but I think his fins look more fake. They took out the Sebastian narration before Under the Sea. Okay, I'm not sure if that's a plus or a con. Ursula's, you know, getting electrocuted now in her final at the end of the ride. Like, that just makes it even more confusing.
You know, that's confusing, yet just out of context, kind of awesome.
I mean, I'm a fan of this ride, but I don't go to Disney World to ride the exact same thing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons that I go is because these are different versions of the rides, like Winnie the Pooh or Splash or Buzz Lightyear. So.
But one of the most surreal experiences for me, you know this, is the first time I entered the Thunder Mountain queue and started walking physically up Thunder Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
It's something so simple, but it's like so radically different than what you do at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even some of the stuff like Pirates and Mansion that are super similar, they have some differences.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So whatever, I did that. When was it? I don't remember. Maybe it was around the time I got off Space or somewhere around Winnie the Pooh, or at least somewhere like before I got in the Mermaid queue, it started raining a little.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whatever. So so from here I got a Fast Pass for Small World.
Nice.
I wanted to do that. So it's a small world, but is it better?
Q, absolutely fucking not. Right, I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say the ride's a no, and the queue is.
Oh, no. No. Dragon, I'm gonna give you a freebie on this. Just no.
All right, fine. The queue is also no.
Yeah, it's both no's. The word I would use to describe Florida Small World is inexplicable. Like, the facade is inexplicable. The queue is inexplicable. There's not even like a transitional room to get you into the ride. It's just, bam, we're in all these countries now.
Right.
It's like,
you know what
there's a bunch of them, like in not as many rooms. So.
It'll never go on.
I mean, like, the two things I'd say Florida has over Disneyland are the flooded room element, of course, and it doesn't have those terrible farmer dolls.
Oh God, yes. Oh yeah. It was nice seeing the rainforest scene again.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, Dragon, what do you want to see?
I'll tell you what I'd love to see. I'd love to see, and I guess if they wanted to, they could do this for I believe Hong Kong Disneyland. I think they're attempting an Ant-Man ride, or they're incorporating Ant-Man in that park. At least, again, we're only going off of the posters for that, but I'd love to see basically have a small world ride, but basically you have like these screens that basically magnify this epic battle going on it's a small world.
Oh my God.
That'd be fantastic.
That'd be incredible.
We can't do it in Florida, obviously, but let's do it in California.
Well, sure, yeah.
We'll bring back Summer of Heroes, and it'll be a part of that.
All right.
Let's see. So from there, the rain was coming down more now. I saw that Tea Party didn't have a long wait. So I did that. It's a good source of rain respite. But is it better?
Yeah, for a moment, I did think of a great design flaw the teacup ride could have if it didn't have like the top. Obviously, it needs like the tent part at the top because if it didn't have it, that's why the teacup ride would be deserted because no one's thinking.
Well, we don't have a cover in California. So.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Well, they can't run it in the rain in California.
The teacup would be filling with water.
Okay, Monkey, Q, and
Is there really much of a queue with the teacup ride?
I'm gonna say the queue in California is a little bit nicer, and the ride is better.
I'm gonna say the ride's better. Again, queue. I mean, there's barely a queue, but I mean, I guess.
I feel like the difference between the Disney World one and the one in California is the Disney World one feels like more of a standard carnival ride queue, whereas the Disney World one is at least kind of like a nicely landscaped sort of path.
I mean, yeah, it's a path though. I guess you're.
I'm gonna say queue better. Ride is technically other, but maybe better.
Okay.
Well,
really?
Okay, let's say ride is other.
Really?
I like the aesthetics of it, but Disneyland definitely has the better music.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, I kind of like the look of this version better.
I'm also a big sucker for a good night ride on the Disneyland version.
If only Patrick Fabian would take his family to the teacup. If only we could just Patrick Fabian in the teacup. That's all we need.
So speaking of spinny things, I hit this up next.
Yes. Best attraction at Walt Disney World.
Fingers crossed they're doing that Guardians thing within, I believe, California, right, Tiki?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're doing basically the hope is that they're doing like a carousel of progress with Peter Quill saying, "Oh man, I remember this when I was a kid." Basically educating the Guardians in the carousel of progress and stuff.
Huh. Anyway, but yeah, this was the most I did carousel of progress in a single trip. Like the other couple times I'd done it like twice during the trip. This one I did it like maybe 4 times or so.
Nice.
Yeah, it is a classic. Like I'm not as passionate as you are, Tiki, but I'm good with it.
Honestly, I think I might be as passionate about Carousel of Progress as I was about the Tiki Room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In different ways for different reasons.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no to updating it a bit, especially the last scene and definitely the animatronics.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Angels in America reference I could make, but I won't for time reasoning. But
the scrims could also use some work.
The what?
The scrims.
Oh, scrims, yeah. Yeah, and of course I'm interested to see now, especially now, how America Sings was staged, but I think this ride, not just because of the Walt element or historical element, I think it still has a place, in the sense of how the people in the 1900s were like, oh my God, this technology is so new and modern. So I think it's worth keeping around for, that technological progress thing.
Sure.
It does feel kind of neat, relevant, cosmic, whatever at the end when they're like, who knows? We have a whole new century ahead of us.
I honestly think the best idea would be to just go back to the original version of the show and have it end in the 60s.
That would be interesting.
Because then you kind of have a full circle of the theme, and it's like the 1960s is kind of like the start of modern technology in a way. It's just close enough for people to start relating to it.
Yeah. There's something I think you two will appreciate. So that bit at the end, we're like, who cares if I burnt the turkey? And the grandma says, I do. I'm starving.
Yes.
Always, I think every time it just made me think of Uncle Chuck and Mr. Simmons' Thanksgiving play.
Oh, God. Yeah. I see it. I see what you're talking about, yeah.
Yes, Uncle Chuck, we can eat now.
That episode really holds up on a rewatch, by the way. It's
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So at this point, I went to Buzz Lightyear.
Yes!
Yeah, honestly, kind of the ride that inspired this trip to begin with, because like one day I was like, can I just be at Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin instead?
All right.
Yeah, is it better?
And beyond. All right, let me think. Okay.
No to neither.
I'm going to say, I'm being optimistic here. I'm going to say that the queue. I mean, I'm just going to be all positive. I want to say, for Monkey's sake, I hope that it was better on both fronts. I'm hoping. Come on, man, give me some optimism here. Come on.
Q other ride is not.
Well, that's just counterintuitive.
I'm sorry, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are things I do prefer about Florida's ride. Like, I like the changes in elevation. I like the speed tunnel. I like there's an actual ending scene.
That was one element I didn't like.
Fair enough. Like, but the main reason that I have to give this a no overall is the gameplay. This is it's like I mean, like, yeah, you might get a little sore after playing it the California version, but it's not like this version where you're holding your thumb down for 5 minutes. So, like, yeah, it's a while before it feels
this is primitive compared to Midway Mania.
Like it's
like the California version is kind of like Midway Mania is like an impressive step up, but this is just like it's like not even in the same league as Midway Mania.
Yeah, California's Buzz is an impressive step up from Florida's as far as the gameplay is concerned.
Sure, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's, I want to say this one could be better, but the gameplay is more painful, so I gotta knock it down for that. I'm sorry, Dragon.
All right, well, I get
the queue.
Q, I'm gonna say other.
Yeah, I know, but like any particular comments on the queue?
I don't know. The merge wasn't that great.
Okay.
What do you mean by the merge?
Like where Standby and Fast Pass like meet up.
All right. Well, what'd you think of the animatronic? How did it look to you in person there?
No, Florida probably does have the better Buzz animatronic in their queue.
All right.
And the Viewmaster is always cool.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, it was funny. What was it? So the ride like kept stopping on my first time. Like before I got in the vehicle. Like, and then like, so I get into that first room where, the charging up room. And like, right before my scoreboard comes on, like before that can come on, ride stops for a while. Which was weird because, with those stars on the wall, it feels like I'm moving.
I tell you, I love the conveyor belt. Basically, when you board the ride and you get off the ride, I just love that little conveyor belt thing where you have like kind of the black light effect going on there. It's just, I don't know, something a little magical about it. It just feels.
What's it? And then, so what is it? So I somehow managed to get up to like, 500 something or 600 something, in the thousands. I mean, like, and, right before the escape hatch, ride stops, the lights come on. So yeah, it stays like that for a little bit, and
nice.
Yeah,
cool,
Tiki,
weird, like blacklight effects, like when Pinocchio lights came on.
Kind of. I mean, yeah, it certainly looks more artificial in there.
Of
course, Tiki, I kept telling you guys the things of like, we even had to shut down the Buzz Lightyear. And the annoying part was that when the ride started back up, score was reset.
Oh shit! Oh, that's painful.
Yeah, it may have stopped again in the final battle, and then it stopped again, after I stepped out because I think someone fell. But that was a weird first ride on Buzz. Anyway, so then met back up with parents, and we, for dinner, and took part in the best damn thing in the whole resort. I mean, yeah, the food at Cosmic Race isn't that great, but god damn it, I love Sunny.
I'm definitely going to spend some time in here during the Christmas party, at the very least.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll have Sunny doing anything for that, but...
Well, I mean, do you think they'd have Sunny entirely blocked off for that?
I'm not certain. Depends on what they do in there.
They do like a big dance party in there.
Yeah, they probably don't really use him then.
Oh shit.
Eh.
Okay, I'll make sure to eat dinner in there then.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not great food, but still.
I've heard the chicken nuggets and cheese sauce is good.
Okay.
Anyways.
Hey, a random quick question. Just because we're talking about food here for a moment, while we're kind of mentioning it. You guys remember Mac Tonight by any chance?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Did you know who played Mac Tonight? Like
You mean the guy in the suit?
Yeah, do you know the guy in the suit?
I don't remember.
Tiki?
I feel like I know. I feel like this is a trivia question I should know.
Somebody who, like, wasn't he a horror villain or something?
Well, yes and no.
Was it Raymundo?
No, it's
No, that's
John
Crypt
Gazier.
Keeper.
Well, no, it's not. It's gonna blow your mind. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug Jones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
Abe Sapien, the super former, Silver Surfer, Abe Sapien, and of course, the creature in The Shape of Water. Doug Jones, he was Mac Tonight.
Oh, yeah. Right. Shape of Water. Right.
Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Pan's Labyrinth. Yes.
Yeah, God, Sonny, I love this guy. What more can I say? So from here we went to the Tiki room.
Yeah.
Is it better?
No.
Yeah, correct.
Give me a second. That's probably double no.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the pre-show's definitely better in California.
And I don't even think the pre-show in Florida is bad by any means. I actually think in some ways it is better, but the California one just has more going on.
Yeah, and it's also, save the birds for the inside. Yeah. We'll let the ghost take care of the inside thing. And like,
of course.
And like the setup of the room is weird, kind of odd. Like the way the seats are laid out and that weird kind of diamond thing.
Like I said, the one advantage the actual inside has is the windows are better.
Yeah. And I gotta say, like, as awkward as the couple cuts kind of are, like the cuts in this show made it through better than Country Bears did.
Mm-hmm.
Like it still feels
all the personalities are still intact.
Yeah, they just cut out a couple moments, like noticeably, but it's not as.
The one thing I'm not happy that they cut out was the sing-along part of "Let's All Sing Like the Birdies Sing."
Yeah, like those two. Like whenever it does have a cut, it is kind of like, oh, we're skipping that. Okay,
right.
But yeah, it wasn't as butchered as Country Bears was. See, at this point, we did the Swiss Family Treehouse. I think it goes higher than Tarzan's Treehouse does.
Are we gonna do an Is It Better for this one?
Nah.
All right, fair enough.
I
would say it is better.
Let's do an Is It Better for Pirates.
Oh, okay. This is easy. Q, yes. Ride, no.
Yeah, I gotta echo that too.
Yeah,
correct.
And I can't wait to experience Q. That's actually one of the. Even though I know it's going to be worse than the one in Disneyland overall, you know me, Monkey. I'm kind of looking forward to the kind of so bad it's good curiosity of that.
Of Pirates in general?
Yes, of kind of like the abridged version of it. Like experiencing that.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of because more elaborate Q, which I actually do. As classic as the Bayou is, I kind of prefer this to it.
Mm.
There's this little touch I love where it's like you can see this little boat off in the distance.
Nice.
Maybe it's the wicked one, maybe not.
Is it a little motorboat?
Oh God.
No, it's not a boat. Well, not that kind of boat. I mean, like, I feel like if you, as streamlined as this one is, somehow I don't mind that as much. Like, I mean, it's noticeably shorter.
Let me ask you this: does the pirate stuff not get in the way as much, like the movie stuff?
I don't know. I don't know if I could say like.
Okay.
Like
because Because I feel like being more abridged, kind of like you cut out more of the "I'm looking for Captain Jack Sparrow" bullshit.
I mean, that dialogue is still there.
Okay.
But so like the movie stuff is still there. I mean, hell, they still have
I know it's still
Blackbeard
there.
on the
Okay.
screen.
Oh, okay.
Blackbeard is still on the waterfall for some reason.
That's so weird. Blackbeard, like not even the last movie's villain.
Yeah, and was it even the way the ride is the scenes are staged? It's kind of more like a tableau, and
Okay.
where say like the dunking scene, it feels like you're passing through there, whereas in Florida it's more like here's a scene.
Oh
display.
yeah. Okay, got it.
Yeah, the auction for whatever reason I didn't mind as much as expected, even though it is pretty lame now, and maybe a bit middle fingery with them being like, "We want the rum! We want the..." Really?
Yeah.
Like, what I think... Like, I feel like, if Florida's is the only one you'd have, it's still a decent ride.
Okay.
Like, I mean, not as good as California's, of course. What I would personally like is, like... take the movie stuff out of the California version and, keep the classic auction in California, but you could keep those in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe it's, being stuck on California, and also, California was the original, and it's, the more epic version anyway. Yeah. It's the more epic version anyway.
Sure.
Right. So, from there, what we did is that we noticed that Enchanted Tales with Belle didn't have too bad of a wait. We had scheduled a fast pass for it on our last Magic Kingdom day, but we figured let's do it now, and then we can use the fast pass for something else that day. Get this. Like, I'm not necessarily a meet and greet guy, but what I'd seen on video, like this, looked like a pretty cool one.
Okay. Yeah, I just checked that out today. I had no idea what this thing was. It looked really cute and impressive.
Like I love the inside of Maurice's house. The mirror is great. The animatronics.
Dresser?
What?
The dresser. Remember the dresser is
wardrobe. Yeah, the animatronics look better on video.
All right.
Yeah, like the wardrobe isn't as seamless as she looks on video, and her lips are actually honestly kind of terrifying.
Oh God.
I gotta tell you, I like the appeal of it's like right there, like Lumiere. If you're like picked in the crowd and you get to reenact the stuff, it's like, oh my God, you're performing opposite Lumiere. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Dragon, did I tell you that I got a reservation at Be Our Guest?
From your last trip?
No, for my upcoming trip.
You may have. I don't know, but this is a refresher for me. So yeah, it's good for you.
But yeah,
awesome.
Speaking of Lumiere, like it's so weird. Like when I've seen video of this, like. You look at it, it's like, how are they doing that? Like, where are the supports and such? Like, how does that work? And then you see it in person, and like, right when you go in, the supports are super obvious. like they're curtained, I guess, but they're like barely hidden. Like I said, super obvious. But yeah, so I got to play Maurice in this one, which, as someone who has played Maurice in a production of the play, I was like, yeah, that would be cool to play Maurice there, and I did.
Okay, well, that's a big question. Did you hold a candle to Kevin Kline? Did you at all? Were you able to compete with that at all?
No, but I held cutouts of bars.
All right. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so you would be you would have to hold the bars. Amazing.
Yeah, and I got a bookmark at the end.
You did?
Yeah, that's nice of them. So
I gotta tell you, it's just kind of cute that Belle, the big book fiend that she is, she's had all bookmarks. It's kind of cute.
Yeah. Hell, I mean, like the main attraction, the main show is in the library.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, I've always liked.
Even in this photo, you can't see Lumiere supports, but they're super obvious when you're there.
No, I think it was the Belle at Hollywood Studios, but again, the people who dress up like Belle, they've always been super nice every time I've gone there. Back in the day, it's like, oh my God, Belle was like so darling to me. I was like, oh man, that Belle's so darn nice. And Belle for the longest time was kind of my favorite of the Disney princesses for that reason,
Yeah, so like Tiki, I would suggest checking this out if you can. So
Okay, maybe perhaps timing it so that I can go in before my lunch reservation.
Perhaps, yeah.
Like make it a full circle experience.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
maybe or maybe kind of in the last few hours of operation.
Oh, for the wait time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because,
gotcha.
we went to this like at 9 something, I think.
Uh-huh.
So.
Or would it be
Yeah.
something worth rope dropping?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
You probably want to use rope drop to go on rides.
Of course, of course.
So from there we went to Peter Pan. This was my first time seeing the new queue.
Oh,
Which
Q
is
obviously better.
And the ride?
I'm gonna say rides other Q better.
Yeah.
Ride other Q better, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like Florida's should be the better ride because you see some more scenery and it's continuously loading, but I know that's the soundtrack really makes a difference.
Yeah, and the island, like it doesn't have that big island set piece that Disneyland has.
Mm-hmm. And then, oh my god, the merge, the Fast Pass standby merge for this thing was so stupid. Like there wasn't even like a ton of people in the Fast Pass line, but it would be like, okay, then Fast Pass people, Fast Pass people, Fast Pass people, Fast Pass people, one standby group, Fast Pass people, Fast Pass people, Fast Pass people, rinse and repeat.
Oh, that would piss me off.
Yeah, I mean, especially, this is a continuously loading ride.
This is definitely one of the ones I consider rope dropping, Monkey.
Yeah, like rope drop or fast pass it. I guess.
Does fast pass go through the queue? Do you know?
No.
Well, that's the thing. I really like the queue.
Yeah, that's why I did standby, was to see the queue.
Sure. Is the queue cool when you're doing standby? Like, is it worth it to wait in a long line so that you actually get to experience the queue for a long time?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
So from there, we went to here.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of late at the end of a long day, so it wasn't. My dad went back to the room. My mother and I stayed and waited. The wait was like a little under an hour, maybe. And it did feel kind of long at first, but then once we were inside the vault, it didn't feel as long for some reason. So this was my favorite not in California ride of the attraction of the trip.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess because like the ride was fun, thrilling, but it's pretty smooth. You got some animatronics in there with a cool musical section. Like, I really like this one.
Do you agree about my assessment that it really fits the surrounding area well?
You could say that, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Side note, I wasn't crazy about those new castle walls that had sprung up in the middle of Fantasyland. Yeah, it just made the lane feel more cut off or whatever. Like, the place feel more cut off and, like, closed in, harder to get around.
Right.
But I got off this, like, I'm so glad we waited.
Nice. I'm glad you had a good time with it.
Yeah, so, I mean, we had a fast pass for it on the last Magic Kingdom day anyway, but, a chance to do it more than once.
Sure.
So, yeah, and then, by the time we were off this, the park was closed, so, we decided to, because the bus went to the Swan first, like, they were combining buses for the night, like, this is a new thing, like, buses going straight between Boardwalk and Magic Kingdom. Usually they combine Swan and Dolphin, but no, now that's more of an end of night thing. So yeah, I went to the Swan and we figured like, it's close enough, we'll just walk from there. Definitely smelled like a Starwood hotel. And, got to walk through Boardwalk at night and get back to the room. So yay. Nice. Oh yeah, there's the door to the club level at Boardwalk.
Huh.
Very nice.
And I saw your walk to the room from the elevator, and it's effing ridiculous.
Yeah, it's like you go down the hallway and that door, and then more hallway past the lounge, and more hallway turn, a little hallway, turn, more hallway, like near the end. So this was on the next day. So the first day at Epcot. Fittingly enough, the lounge on the TV, it was the Broadway cast of Frozen on Good Morning America.
Nice.
Yeah, so Epcot, like I'm not as, at least this trip, I'm not as passionate as you are about it, Tiki.
Oh, fighting words there, fighting words.
I mean, I definitely appreciate Epcot
Uh-huh.
a lot. I guess it might also be in kind of a more practicality sense, like how spread out everything is and the walking.
Of course.
Yeah, and like I'd say the reason Magic Kingdom was my favorite park of them was because, it wasn't the ratio of things that interested me and that appealed to me, and they weren't too far from each other.
No, Monkey, that absolutely makes sense. And Magic Kingdom was my favorite park. That's why I got tickets to 2 different Christmas parties. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So although something we share about Epcot is that Epcot contained the attraction that I considered the most disappointing of the trip.
Oh, here we go, motherfucker. Oh boy. I'm sorry, Dragon. I'm so sorry.
I have a bad feeling. To quote Han Solo, I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh God.
Anyway, so
I also apologize in advance to Garrett.
So anyway, I decided to head to Epcot solo myself, do a couple of things. So I got there and Frozen didn't have a bad wait. It was also raining this day, so I did stand by for that. Look, Dragon, you know that I've never been as into Frozen as you have.
I've gotten a sense of that over the years, Monkey. I have. Yeah.
I mean, now of course I really enjoyed the ride. So,
All right.
I said Epcot had the biggest disappointment. I didn't say it was the same ride.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's a
sorry
on that one. All right.
Oh, twist! What a twist!
Sorry for freaking you out if I did, Dragon.
Okay, I have a feeling I know what the biggest disappointment is, but I won't spoil it in advance.
Yeah, that's like something I messaged to you guys, and then I deleted it, so it would be more of a surprise.
Okay.
So I don't know if you saw it. Maybe you did.
No, I don't think I did.
Let me ask you this, Monkey. Might be jumping the gun here. Let's say curiosity. Did you do Circle of Life by any chance?
That thing has been closed since February.
Well, that's disappointing. I thought that map was updated. All right.
No, but yeah, Frozen. I enjoyed. So I did the ride. I got the first row actually for the first ride on it. I had a fast pass for it later in the day, but it's a short line for Frozen Ever After. I'm going to take advantage of it. And yeah, Tiki, I understand. You have a valid point about it being a Magic Kingdom ride, but I didn't feel that as much.
All right.
It was cool to see these animatronics in person. Like some of the timing with Let It Go was cool.
Let It Go was definitely the most impressive scene in the room in the ride.
I actually didn't mind the In Summer scene as much as I do just watching it on video. And I still think there could have been a better final scene for the ride, but it didn't bother me as much when I was actually riding it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I would kind of hum In Summer on the way out of the ride.
It's so darn catchy.
And of course, that Olaf at the beginning of the ride, I'm going to say a best animatronic I've ever seen.
Nice.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
And it really has everything to do with that walking illusion. It's not something from Racers that's a car on the track. It's not Rocket, who's just, half a figure. It's not Ben Franklin, only one of his legs looks like it's actually stepping. And
that
it really
alive,
looks like he's
Johnny
walking
Five.
around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that, and like I said, pretty rainy day this day. This was probably the rainiest. So my parents in the park, we met up at Figment.
Nice.
I still like
Poncho.
it.
I'm with you, Monkey. I'm totally with you.
I mean, it's got animatronic figments. Somewhat, it's got a catchy song. I do wish I could have done the original, of course, and maybe it's also nostalgia goggles with this one, but I still like it.
Mm-hmm. I just wish they'd take out the skunk scene.
Yeah, that is a bit of a dick move from Figment.
Because honestly, to me, it's like the one thing in the ride that I dread when I go on it.
Mm-hmm. So then I went to this thing, Mission Space.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I saw it was a 10-minute wait. I think they underestimated.
Mm-hmm.
You were not kidding when you said it loads slowly.
It loads so slow. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the green, I suspect the standby line for green is literally a former single rider line.
Uh-huh.
I figured that the spinning would be too much for me. I didn't want to risk it, so I did the green mission. It's kind of
Well, yeah, you have to do the spinning part.
Yeah, the ride is super tame, but also just the film itself is
Oh, the film itself is terrible.
I'm just talking about the green movie, the one that circles Earth.
Mm.
I do wish I could have seen the Mars movie. I'm sure I'll find it online at some point. The screen was cooler than I expected. Until I got on the thing, I thought it was going to be this little monitor in front of you.
Oh, I agree. It is. It is much more impressive than I thought it would be. Immersive.
Yeah. The thing I really don't get is how in the story of the ride, it's just a flight simulation.
Right.
Disney, why couldn't you make a story about sending us to space?
Well, I will say, though, the one thing I do really appreciate about the ride that kind of makes me like going back and rewriting it is the effect of, once you exit, you literally see the technology that you just wrote in.
Yeah, that is a neat element.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't mean as much for the green side, but...
No, but on cool. The orange side, it's it's really cool.
Yeah. It's still neat.
Sure. Well, on the green side, it's basically the equivalent to the effect you get when you go on and off of the star speeders on Star Tours, I imagine.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of the pressing buttons, I like to nickname this tech board the ride. So
I do like how you can kind of just play with the buttons as if it's like a fucking Chuck E. Cheese thing.
There's that, whatever, that outtake of Jerk pressing one of them, I want a cookie button! Where's the cookie button? Yeah, moving on. Spaceship Earth, the first fast pass of the day. Walking up to the station, I'd forgotten how great it smells. That great smell. I was into it more than the last trip where, it's I loved the 94 version. I did that one a lot. I loved it. And then, it's oh, this version is different. I hate it. I was more into it this time, enough to do a rewrite on another day.
Mm.
Smells like how the 90s thought the future would smell.
Monkey, my favorite part of Spaceship Earth will always and forever just be the fact that you're literally writing in the actual, it's just the architecture of the thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I don't care how good the actual ride is.
Uh-huh. I feel like the main difference between this, say, the Dench narration and the Irons narration is that, the Dench one is trying to be more casual, more casual edutainment, or not so much with the Irons one, but I don't know. I still feel like the Irons one was maybe more dignified, you could say.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, the downhill is definitely not as good.
Oh God, no. God, no.
Those hanging blue lights are cool, but this touchscreen bit doesn't even have anything to do with communication.
Okay, honestly, if the whole downhill was just the hanging blue lights, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, and have some nice narration, whatever was in the Irons version. But I mean, like this touchscreen bit, that should just be in the post-show. Hell, it was its own thing in the Siemens exhibit and interventions.
Yeah,
here.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, the stuff leading before that is still nice.
Yeah.
Although also, like during the backward section, I felt some water dropping on me at times. Little drops. Must have been from, the pipe system that's also in the building.
Never a good sign hydraulics are leaking on you.
Well, I also noticed, on the way out, it was definitely coming down. We made it to Living with the Land for our second Fast Pass. It's an all right ride. It'd be nice to move through the greenhouses faster.
Yes, I agree. That's kind of the main factor that kept me from rewriting it.
Like I considered changing the Fast Pass for the second Epcot day, but I ended up not. We'll get to that, but yeah, Living with the Land.
All right.
Then we used our wait. Let's see. I think this is when we got some food at like the place outside Mexico.
Oh, okay, that was a good choice.
Yeah, so like at one point, so we're under that gazebo thing. We see a gray cloud coming, and then wind and rain coming down on us, and I'm struggling to get my poncho on, and then we get inside, and it's really rainy. And so whatever, we finish up there, and Grand Fiesta Tour is broken down.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we get there, and the ride is down. We'll be back up later or something. I did get to see the Ofrenda.
That was nice, right?
I'm kind of underwhelmed. I mean, I expected it to, like be out in the open and like not blacklit and night lighting.
Mm.
So,
just give it time. Coco's going to take over that park. You just wait and see. Coco's going to have its day in the sun.
Whatever. So we used our third Fast Pass at Frozen. This time the skating Olaf wasn't skating.
That must have sucked.
I mean, it was interesting. Like his eyes and mouths were still going, but he was standing in that one position.
Oh.
My mother described it as like he was looking for his contact lens. I reserved a Fast Pass for Nemo, but ultimately canceled it later.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. So then we went to Reflections of China. It's indoors. I'd done it once on my first trip and hadn't gone back to it till recently. Yeah, they also had this Shanghai Disney exhibit, as you can tell. The weird thing with the China movie was that, I thought they had updated it already. So, like new movie and seamless 360. I walk inside. The screens aren't seamless. It's still the old look. And it's like, and I'm pretty sure it was the same movie I saw 14 years ago. Which is an all right movie. I don't know how much I actually learned about China, but it's still like, it gave some interesting glimpses.
This is actually one of the few Epcot attractions I didn't do, so for that reason, it's going to be a priority my next trip.
Yeah. I like how it has a narrator character. Like, I guess he was based on, like, it's a fictionalized version of a real person, like of this ancient poet, like played by an actor. So, but yeah, it's very much like, here's this place, and here's this place, and here's this place, and maybe a little of what they mean. Or the significance of them.
This is done in
Circle
the style
vision?
of, no, I know it's Circle Vision, but it's O Canada style, right? Not Impressions de France style.
You could say that, yeah.
Where you're standing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at times it does feel like you're in a simulator. Let's see. So we got to after that Grand Fiesta was open, so we did that.
Nice.
It's a cute ride. A bit screen heavy, but it's still cute, catchy song. It's one you can do anytime.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's nice to have those animatronics at the end.
And also the thing I like about Grand Fiesta Tour is it's the closest thing we have to a Blue Bayou experience in Disney World.
Yeah, it is.
So it's kind of like nostalgic for me in that way.
So from there we went to the American Adventure.
Nice.
So we had a while to wait to, sit in the lobby, listen to Voices of Liberty. It was weird to see portraits from Lincoln in that lobby. Even this one here has a couple things from the Lincoln movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's I like the design of the auditorium. It's cool in there. It's a nice show.
I feel like this is a solid, like, once a trip kind of show.
Yeah, like I can see people enjoying it, but I do prefer Lincoln.
Oh, Lincoln is superior, definitely.
And I mean, and also, like Two Brothers and Golden Dream don't feel as stand out because they're just one among several songs.
Right.
And then it, of course, the Golden Dreams montage just happens super abruptly. Like, oh, there's some World War II stuff, and then America, here's a montage now. And also, it's not a show to do when you're tired.
Yeah.
I did this show when I was tired. I probably shouldn't have. So I think from there we decided to go back to the room. We were figuring maybe Magic Kingdom later for extra magic hours or whatever. We go back. No, we got sort of dinner thing at ESPN Club at the boardwalk. Isn't this a great touch?
Yes.
Huh. Yeah, that is a nice touch.
Is that just the bread?
That's the bun, yeah.
No, but what is that, though?
It's a burger. So.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. I mean, you know me, I'm such an open eater.
You know what they call that, right? They call that good branding.
Good one. Burger was good. Fries weren't as great, but all right.
Uh-huh.
So whatever,
now,
we go back to the room.
ESPN, that would be impressive.
What?
Now, if the fries said ESPN, that would be impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of first I wonder what that is, and then
each
realize what it is.
fry is shaped like an ESPN.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, and at some point I think before we left, I snagged a nighttime fast pass for Splash Mountain. So
nice.
Whatever. So we get back to the room to get ready to get to Magic Kingdom or whatever, and we discover this. Obviously, I've painted out the last name, but
okay, this legitimately pissed me off a little bit, Monkey, because my grandma and I did this in the first 45 minutes we were there.
I mean, maybe because all three of them were fast pass reservations. So
that makes sense.
I'm a little envious myself. He got certified for his experience. Tiki, that's come on. That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I didn't even know that she did it. But yeah, that was a pleasant surprise.
Lucky dog.
Yeah, my fast passes were Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, and Seven Dwarfs. So
not notarized though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever. We go to Magic Kingdom. We decided to do a couple shows in Splash, and we ended up not doing extra magic hours, which sad, but whatever. I mean, I had a good excuse to not be out too late that night.
Mm-hmm.
So we did Carousel of Progress. Towards the end of the first scene, the cast member comes over the intercom saying to stay seated. And we can't move if you stay seated. Tiki, have you ever seen that thing where the cast member's getting mad at people for standing up at Carousel of Progress?
No, I haven't.
Remind me to share it to the group later.
Okay.
So yeah, I was reminded of that.
Coming over there.
I was reminded of that. So, and it also kind of looked like the father was saying it.
Oh God.
So the theater didn't move. So we watched the first scene again. And there were also a couple other announcements, and the announcements were hard to understand anyway. but whatever. Carousel of Progress. Yay. We did PhilharMagic again. We did Splash, and then we did Splash Mountain. It was weird in the queue. They were saying like looks like Burr Fox and Burr Bear have caused a sticky situation, so there's a small delay in the boarding. We'll continue with our normal boarding process, but may notice an increase in your wait time. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like, and how are Burr Fox and Burr Bear causing it? Like, are they stealing logs? Like during the ride, I figured like, oh, that's how Burr Fox caused it, by creating dramatic tension because there was a bit of backup at the base of the lift hill. And I think what they meant is that they were running 2 stations instead of 3. But then why announce it and freak us out?
Right.
Confuse us. It was cool on this one, like going along at along the side of the mountain, like looking up and seeing the stars in the sky. That was neat.
Nice.
There's this weird pattern that's happened on like, except for the first trip because I didn't do Splash that trip, but the other trips did Splash Mountain 3 times, and the second time the splash at when you're about to go to the second lift didn't get us. What a weird pattern. So anyway, we leave Magic Kingdom this is at the photos thing for Splash. I love this reference. This is, of course, a reference to 2 of the actors from Song of the South, James Baskett and Hattie.
Yes.
Huh.
So I really appreciated that. At 10:45, as we were walking down Main Street, some reason they were playing Pinocchio music over the speakers, and there were changes in color on the castle.
Oh, that's the good night. That's the Kiss Goodnight.
I don't know if it was that. Wouldn't Kiss Goodnight be like right when the park closes?
Yes.
Yeah, this was like quarter till that.
Oh, okay. Huh.
How are we on time?
I think we have enough time. Animal Kingdom's the next day, right?
Yeah.
I think we have enough time to do that and then probably call it a night.
Okay. Oh yeah, we got there with Rope Drop, which because, they made every day extra magic hour in the morning, get there early. It was weird to have people running when the park opens and not have CM stationed all around saying, "Walk, please."
That's what I'm worried about with this thing. It's like it's just pure pandemonium.
Pandora pandemonium. The Tree of Life is cool, of course. Pandora. What makes it for me is the waterfalls.
I can see that.
Yeah, maybe because it's like a tangible kinetic element.
Sure.
And Pandora, I do think it has some of the most buyable forced perspective for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like I look at things like, say, maybe some of the other stuff at Disney or Hogwarts, like even Pandora, and it doesn't they made it smaller so that it looks more far away. But for some reason, I was able to buy it more on Pandora.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like how something clever with Pandora is how it's not as detailed as Wizarding World, but it's not as reliant on you knowing the movies. Like you can get you can enjoy Pandora enough if you haven't seen the movie.
I do like that it does have a running storyline going throughout all the attractions in the land.
Right. Yeah. And what was it? Even the little, wood sprite jellyfish AWA things, it adds a layer if you know what they are, but you don't need to know what they are to find them nice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Flight of Passage. So I did this at Rope Drop, and then I got on it again. 45-minute wait, but it went quickly.
Nice.
The weird thing was, I think the first time they sent us through the Fast Pass queue, it's we didn't go through that forest. We only passed by a window that showed the lab. Whatever. So Mission Space has even less reason to exist now that this is open.
Yeah,
this is a cool attraction.
It's pretty incredible, right?
Yeah, like it's like the next step up from Soren and the Simpsons Back to the Future technology.
Mhm.
So like even though it's like, you can still look to the side and see the other vehicles or the edge of the screen and whatever is like, I don't get why they don't do glasses that restrict your view like Universal does with, say, Minions or Transformers. And like, so like, even though I can tell how this ride is, you can get a grasp of how it's being done, like, it's still convincing enough. It's still a cool one.
The breathing monkey, the breathing.
Yeah, that was a neat effect. Was it yeah, like, again, I decided to go spoilerless to the point. I don't even want to know what the ride system is, because like, wouldn't it be cool to go on a ride and not know what the ride system is? Like say if you went on Forbidden Journey for the first time, not knowing how that was going to be done.
Not knowing it was a Kuka arm, right.
Yeah. Like, I don't think Flight of Passage is as groundbreaking as Forbidden Journey, but it's still a cool one.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? When those twinkling lights at the beginning, that is the most amazing part for me, I'd say.
Oh, I definitely agree.
Like, that is the most convincing moment in that ride. I'm guessing that the restraints also reminded you of Pony Express.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's kind of clever how they can...
As well, that's how I described them to your mother.
What?
That's how I described them to your mother. She was asking me about the restraints.
Yeah, so it was funny. Was it like at the end of the ride when you go out of the link? The first time I went, someone to my right went, "No!"
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, Infinity War flashback.
It's funny. Everyone's had that experience. And Kevin Smith, he also there was always like some guy every time you go on the ride. Usually a kid who goes "No" at the very end. There's always that. That's like it's like a perpetual revolving door of Darth Vader experiences. Like "No," it's just you're so sucked into it. That link breaks.
But it was also weird the first time. Like, okay, I'll say this first. It's kind of clever how you can they could technically hand wave the stuff like, I can see like the stuff where it's clearly like a 2D, a 3D on a screen, or like the sides of the screen aren't coming clearly. They could say, well, it is technically a simulation that just feels like you're there in universe.
Exactly.
Like, unlike Mission Space, where it's like, yeah, you're doing a simulation. Like it's a simulation,
or
but
unlike
it's
Soren, where it's like where Soren's supposed to be, you're absolutely flying over these places.
It was cool seeing was it the actress for Dr. Jackie Ogden was on the Voices panel, so it was cool to see her in the pre-show.
Nice.
Do I have anything? The mist effects are well done. I think it's a better use of its source material than Gringotts is.
What do you think of the whales?
Insert end of South Park movie reference here.
There be whales here.
Good one. Yeah, but I mean, like with Gringotts, like in the sense of like, yeah, this is a flying on a Banshee ride, as opposed to like Gringotts never even simulates the wild coaster ride. Yeah, there is a cool cave painting. I think that's all I have to say about Passage for now. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, Gibbons! Love these guys. They're so cute. And they're like, their swinging is amazing. And they were like walking on a rope. Wow. Yeah, so then we did Standby for Everest. This was actually my first time doing Standby on Everest. Like, otherwise I just single ridered or fast passed it otherwise. I loved the Yeti Museum. That was pretty cool. That was great.
Yeah.
I was in the back row of this one, so it's a bit rough, not too awful. Maybe I just avoided stuff after you mentioned that the effect you had, but I didn't have the yeah, I'm on Everest. Here's the that, and here's the that. Like, it did feel a bit cooler for me. Like I'm not as into Everest as others are. I mean, it's a fine ride, but I'm not as enthusiastic about it, you could say.
Sure.
This was actually the first time I kept my eyes open for the Yeti.
Oh, okay.
Even for Disco Yeti, it underwhelmed me. It was like, so I thought it would be, dark and strobe lights flash illuminating the Yeti, but no, the figure is kind of there and there's a couple lights flashing.
I gotta be honest with you, Monkey. It is a creepy design to the figure, and the figure itself is very physically intimidating. So to me, it still kind of gets me.
Yeah. Anyway, so from there, went to the Maharaja Jungle Trek. It's okay.
Yeah, I was kind of underwhelmed with it.
Maybe the only tiger glimpse I got was one kind of in the back in the grass sleeping. So
to me, the thing about that is it just kind of felt like a standard zoo exhibit for the most part.
I mean, on the other hand, after that we went to the Gorilla Falls exploration trail, and maybe it was also the selection of animals and having them more out, like namely the colobus monkeys and the gorillas. But that one I enjoyed more.
I'll definitely have to do that one next trip. I missed out on that.
I mean, like, despite the anti-poaching sign that looked like it had an image of a dead deer. It was somewhere around this point where I figured, like, it's like someone said, let's take the tropic section from the Central Park Zoo and make it the whole park.
Right.
So we had a little time before our first fast pass, so sat around in Africa a little. There were some musicians. Got some popcorn, which was cheaper in that park.
Let me ask you this: did you happen upon Wakanda by accident at all during this? Did you somehow sneak into Wakanda during this? That would have been awesome if you could.
No, but now I wish I did.
Yeah, you gotta look for those the Ayo beads, the Okoye beads.
Okay,
I thought you
Panther,
said some other kind of beads. I'm not going to pursue that further.
Oh God! If they do Black Panther in Animal Kingdom, they need to somehow find a way to make it a transition from Africa.
Yeah. Again, Animal Kingdom, it's a really cool looking park. It looks great. Everything is spread out though. Whatever. So we used our first fast pass at the Kilimanjaro Safari.
Nice.
It's a neat experience. It's like the next level of Jungle Cruise, you could say. Not as jokey, but we're going on a trip and we're going to see animals.
It does genuinely feel like an adventure.
Yeah. And animals. And who doesn't love animals? So after that, we walked the Discovery Trail to try and find the ring-tailed lemurs. Eventually figured they're not technically on the trail. They're like in front of it. Like, didn't have to take the trail, but hey, we found them. Lemurs! Hey. Oh, so
good old Zaboomafoo.
Wrong kind of lemur, but yay. Yeah, so from there, they still have the bug frames. Technically, they still have the show, but it's not the yellow frames. It's not the standard yellow frames. It's the bug eye frames.
Oh my God.
I will never do this attraction. I'm sorry.
Okay. I mean, I know the thing is closed, but is it better?
I'm gonna say no and no, honestly.
I'm gonna be the voice of optimism yet again. I'm gonna say the queue was other and the ride was better. Well, the attraction was better.
I think I'm gonna have to say queue better, even though I did prefer a couple elements of the DCA one. I mean, like the posters in the lobby were better at DCA, and like I think the lobby was a little better in DCA. But I mean, and the Ant Island thing was nice. But come on, it's the Tree of Life. You're walking through the base of the Tree of Life. How can that not be better?
Yeah, Monkey, honestly, I think next time I'm literally just going to do it just to walk through the queue and then walk right through the theater and walk out.
Yeah. The show I'm going to say is other because, like, I mean, the way the screen is set up is better. Like, I think the screen was bigger. It looked like it was set that, like, the bottom of it was set lower, so the effect was more convincing.
Oh, okay.
Like the watching a stage show effect idea.
Uh-huh.
On the other hand, like the animatronics were way better in DCA.
Yeah,
Like-
of course.
Like, I mean, most notably, Flick was better, and I mean DCA, the Flea was actually an animatronic, as opposed to Florida, where it's like you hear the voice and then, you know, it briefly lights up on some screaming green thing that doesn't even move. It's like in a hole, but so yeah, tough to be a bug. Yeah, it was nice to do, I guess. So then we used our second fast pass at Navi River Journey.
Oh boy.
I would recommend using a fast pass for this because, you know, I mean, it gets you to the station super quick,
Mhm.
which I guess is true with, you know, a lot of the fast passes at Walt Disney World, but it was especially noticeable at River Journey. Tiki, I feel like this is one where there are things you would quite like and things you wouldn't care for.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, so like I'll start with the lesser ones first. Like, you know, there are some like projection elements that aren't all that convincing.
Uh-huh.
There's how much do you know about this ride?
Oh, I know everything.
Okay, so I mean, so why isn't the Navi character at the beginning an animatronic as well?
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
And of course, you know, the ride is like short. It's pretty short.
But
On
that
the other
shot
hand-
is pretty cool, right?
Yeah, the shaman is cool, and like, you know, the sets are super pretty. Like the sets look amazing. And, you know, and a couple of the projection things are nice, like that bit where you pass under the leaves. Like that's a good projection. That's projection used well. And it's a leisurely ride. It has a song. That's a nice bonus.
I do like the song.
Yeah, and I love those little wood sprite things. Like they actually pulled them off physically. That was really cool to see in person. So yeah, Navi River Journey. From there we went to Dino Land. We had a fast pass for later, so took the chance to do Primeval Whirl. Why is some of the time machine made out of hubcaps? Like we, you know, with the car logos on them?
Well, it's called time travel, monkey.
That doesn't answer my question.
You
Oh,
need
wait,
hubcaps.
now I get it. I get it now. I probably, in some ways, have more of a soft spot for this than most people do.
Okay.
I mean, I like the spinning element, but yeah, the turns are much better on Goofy's Sky School. Like, the turns aren't that great on this one. Like, it's like you're sliding around the way the restraints are. Yeah. And I still had a little time, so I did this.
Oh, nice, nice.
You know,
Yeah.
I heard Scrooge McDuck is doing meet and greets, so like starting right before I arrived. So how could I pass it up? And I'm not normally a meet and greet kind of guy, so
How long did you wait for this?
not terribly long. Like I didn't keep track exactly. Like maybe not even 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, nice, nice.
And then, you know, I had time, so I also checked out this guy.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. You know, it was kind of funny, like, during this encounter, one of my earplugs fell out, so if something like that was going to happen with any character, of course it would.
Oh my god, right?
Yeah, there's that. They were selling. Cool.
Oh, okay. I know what I'm gonna get next trip. Sold. Maybe all 3 of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Well, 4 of them.
Then again, maybe 3 of them.
I mean,
Oh, Webby. Okay, got it.
so then you used.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you wouldn't happen to have caught the price on those, would you?
No.
Because I'm just like, I want them now. I want them.
Sorry.
Anyways.
Yeah, so we used our third fast pass at Dinosaur. In some ways, I want to say I prefer it to Indy, but the thing that really gets in the way of that is that, there are several moments in this where you're just going through blackness, and it's like, yeah, I wish there was a set here, so I could, have a better idea of, how wild I'm moving and how fast I'm going.
I kind of feel like the one advantage that Dinosaur has over Indy is definitely, well, two things. It's way more intense than Indy.
It's definitely wilder.
And of course, just the animatronics are really impressive.
The dinosaurs are cool.
Yeah.
And the time travel is cool. I want to like it better than Indy, but I think just those moments of blackness and no set kind of get in the way of that. I still like the ride, of course.
Just with Indy, the queue makes that attraction.
Perhaps, yeah. I mean, I like this one as well. But...
Oh, you can't tell me that this one has even remotely as good of a queue, though.
Okay.
Anyways.
So from there, we went to Finding Nemo, the musical.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, Tiki, I feel like you're going to love the staging of this one.
I don't even want to talk about this one much.
Yeah, I noticed it is the same designer as Lion King. So, yeah, for me, the show is kind of just all right. I still prefer Aladdin as far as Disney theme park Broadway shows are concerned, but...
Well, that one practically was Broadway.
Yeah, I mean, this is, a neat one to see. Crush was the highlight for me, namely his song. I liked his song the best. His song was easily the best for me.
Let me ask you this: how do they pull off the egg moment? Where does it all start? Did they start with the barracuda and the egg theme and everything? Did they do it justice at all, or?
You could say, yeah. I mean, it's shorter than in the movie, but it's there. Tiki, you said you only saw the beginning of this. How do you mean beginning?
Honestly, only the first minute or so.
Okay, so the scene Dragon's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny, you'll recognize the song from The Seas with Nemo and Friends. See, this is kind of where we were getting at, well, what do we do now? So we went through Singles Line on Everest.
Of course.
We had dinner reservations for 7:45, and we had a few hours till then, so we decided to go over there to try and, eat earlier, which we managed to do.
Okay.
At Rainforest Cafe. So yeah, this was around the point where I realized Animal Kingdom isn't really a full day park.
It sucks. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to say it sucks. It's a very relaxing park, but Epcot is more relaxing.
Epcot has more to do, maybe?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, even if you spent a day at Epcot and didn't do anything besides walk around, it'd be more relaxing than Animal Kingdom.
I guess, yeah. But yeah, so I mean, Rainforest, we'd been here the previous trip. I liked it then. For whatever reason, then I remembered the food being better than the Rainforest Cafe at Disneyland. And again, maybe I'm just not the most exquisite eater, but I really liked my meal there. So again, maybe it's my taste buds, but and pretty simple burger and fries, but I liked both of them quite a bit. So yeah, that worked out. Eating sooner, so yeah, there was a globe from there, an aquarium with a rainbow, and now the most beautiful thing you will ever see in a Disney park.
Oh God.
Yeah, we decided to try for Pandora again. Let's get a couple of things in there, the river journey line was kind of like an hour-ish, but it moved at a decent pace, so okay. And it, provided cover from the rain.
Mm-hmm.
That was appreciated. And then we risked a 2-hour awaited flight of passage. The wait kind of got to me after 50 minutes, more so because of the people in the line.
Ooh, yeah.
And at one point, like, the ride seemed to stop for a while, so yeah, more waiting. I mean, don't get me wrong, and this was like a little shy of the lab, so it's like I didn't, that forest room is pretty cool, but you can only enjoy an environment for so long.
Oh no, I agree. Once you've been in there for like over half an hour or so, it kind of starts to lose its magic.
Yeah.
I feel like the lab, I could be in there all day and be entertained.
Yeah, the lab, yeah, that would be cooler. I mean, and of course, I'm glad I did the ride again when all was said and done, but still. Pandora is neat at night, although it's dark. On the way out, I caught a little bit of the projections on the Tree of Life.
Nice, nice.
And of course, after a long day at Animal Kingdom, yeah, yeah, my legs were kind of getting to me on the second and third days.
I bet. I
think I started to feel, maybe a bit more foot-wise on that Animal Kingdom day. And that maybe that was some of the worst that my legs got to me during the trip. And then afterwards, it became more about the weather, like the humidity and whatnot. But whatever, Animal Kingdom Day, I accomplished it. I don't have to worry about Pandora spoilers anymore.
Nope.
Yay!
All right, I think this is a pretty good place to end it, Monkey. How many more days do you have left?
Like 3 days in a morning. I don't think they would merit a ton of discussion, though. Maybe some days more than others, but otherwise, yeah.
Okay, you know what? I tell you what, I think we have just enough time. Do you want to talk about anything that you didn't get to do in these first few days?
So you mean at all during the trip, or stuff I didn't get to till later?
Stuff you did. Well, I mean, I guess both.
I mean, like some of the spinning, like little things I didn't get to do at all, like the carousel or triceratops spin. There's something in Magic Kingdom I'll leave nameless. I did not. I ended up not doing the Seas on the first Epcot day. I didn't get to do Test Track on the first day because of the rain. Like, my plan had been to rope drop Test Track, but I wake up to find out it's raining.
Mm.
So yeah, I didn't get that till later. I didn't get to Canada and France until later, but stuff we'll get to, and obviously most of Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
But yeah,
so it does warrant another podcast.
Yeah, I still got stuff to discourse.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I do feel like my first Magic Kingdom day, I accomplished a lot. So
let me ask you. Well, I guess we can talk about scheduling off air. All right, folks. Well, thanks a lot for joining us. Dragon, any last words on your end?
Well, we've definitely started through Monkey's journey here. We're like approximately Monkey was like 3 days into the trip so far.
This was the third day.
Yes, folks, we've
one and only day at Animal Kingdom.
Yes, so folks, we're 3 days into this journey, and we've covered a lot of ground. 3 days. Yes, we've covered a lot of ground in 3 days, and boy, oh boy, let's just strap in and just see where Monkey takes us in this wild, wacky adventure that is his trip, the wonderful world of Walt Disney.
We had to close the Buzz Lightyear.